Hey everybody, it's your Uncle Bear. So, next Saturday is July 4th, our nation's 250th birthday. Now, granted, there's a lot of people saying, hey, we need, and people all over the country are reading the Constitution of the United States of America, and that's great. That's great. It wasn't written yet when we had our first, what we're celebrating on the 4th of July. 4th of July is actually Independence Day, and we are celebrating the day that we gained our independence from the tyrannical rule of King George III in England. Which, by the way, a little message to all the United States House representatives and senators in Washington. It's something you guys might want to keep in mind, as you keep putting more and more laws and rules and regulations on everybody, okay? There's a guy named Bob Murphy that does TikToks and YouTubes and stuff like that, and he's a truck driver too, and he was saying, you know what, we need to go out, all of us truck drivers, all of us, if you're not registered to vote, go register to vote, okay? Because all of us need to register to vote, just to let the people in Washington know, hey, you know what, we will go vote. And we don't want to do it 1776 style, but we will if we need to. There's enough of us out here that are patriots, and we're about sick of our federal government's bullshit. And I'm sorry, President Trump, that includes you. I do still support my president to a point, but you're not looking out for our best interests at the moment. It doesn't seem like to most of us. Now, all that being said, we've got a lot of tourists in the country for the World Cup soccer championships. They're all over the country, and I'm sure you've all seen them on social media, and they're talking about our portion sizes in the restaurants, and air conditioning. I didn't realize that apparently over in the UK they don't have air conditioning in their houses. That just blows my freaking mind. But yeah, one guy came out of a fast food place, and he had a cup of pop in his hand, and he said, "This is a medium." Yeah, and it's true. They get the pop nowadays. You get free refills. They give you a 55-gallon drum of it. And tell you it's a medium. Yeah, you got to be careful in this country. You'll get fat quick. But yeah, they're enjoying our freedom. They're amazed even at the selection of cereal available to us. So, and the size of Walmart, and et cetera, et cetera. And sometimes we as Americans, we are a bunch of spoiled brats, and we do take some of that stuff for granted that we have in this country. So, yeah. Happy 250th birthday, America. I hope that these people that are over here for the World Cup, I'm glad they're put out. First off, welcome to all of you. If any of you are watching my videos at all, we're absolutely glad to have you here. But hopefully some of the Americans that are leaning towards socialism and communism, hopefully they're seeing some of these and starting to come back to the reality that this really is, despite what Obama says, that, there's no such, we're not an exceptional nation. Yes, we are. We really are. And hopefully it brings some of the people that are, leaning towards socialism and communism in this country back to reality, because that all that stuff, all that'll be gone if socialism and communism enter into our equation. But that being said, like I say, people are reading the Constitution around the country. Don't misunderstand me. I think it's important that everyone does, and I think you should sit down your kids, whether they're 5 or 17 or 25, if they haven't heard it yet. But sit down and read it and study it and get to know it, because it really is written with divine intervention. So, yeah, this really is a great nation. So, we need to take care of it. That's all I got for today. Be safe out there, everybody. Talk soon.